Today we're talking about how to record piano in Reaper, and in this case we're talking about an actual grand piano. My name is Paul Tobey from jazzmental.com, and I've received a lot of comments recently, not just on YouTube but on MuseScore, from people who like the sound of the piano that's being recorded. And so what I'm going to do is walk you through my personal setup. And even though it's not studio quality, I think it sounds pretty good. So we're going to dive into the details in just a second. Hey, welcome back. We're talking about how to record a real piano in Reaper today. And if you've never recorded a piano, you must know right off the bat that it's not the easiest thing in the world to do. I think the most important thing is that you've got a good set of fairly good quality recording mics. You don't need to spend a fortune. I'm going to talk about mine. And then how do you actually get that sound into the computer and put some effects on top? And we're going to use Reaper for this particular tutorial. All right, let's dive into it. So the first thing that you need to know is that I'm actually recording my own piano in my living room, and this is a Eibach Concert Grand Piano, F3 to be exact. It has ivory keys. In fact, it's probably one of the most rare pianos because it has ivory keys. And I think it's the only one actually in Canada at the moment. So it is a good quality piano. I'm not going to talk too much about it, but you can do this with any piano because it really is about microphone placement and how you do that. So in this particular case, yes, we're talking about a grand piano. And the first thing is a good set of recording mics. One mic on the upper register and one mic on the lower register. In this case, I'm using a pair of Rode NT5 microphones. They are a matched pair within a certain amount of frequency of each, and they're really good quality microphones for a reasonable price, and I'm going to put a link down below so that you can go to Amazon and check them out. I'm not exactly sure what the current price is, but I think we're talking under $500. So that's pretty good when you're talking about recording microphones. So the microphones are placed about 2 feet above the strings, just underneath the lid. If you get them too close to the strings, you tend to get a lot of pedal damper sound and other sounds and hammer sounds that you don't necessarily want a lot of. You want a good clean sound. You don't want the mics too far away because then it just sounds too roomy. And especially for the types of recording that I'm doing, which is mostly jazz, I think they're well placed there. So they're just connected by XLR cables into an audio interface. In this case, it is a Behringer 404 U-Phoria. So pretty simple interface. It only has 4 inputs, and I'm using channels 1 and channel 2 for the microphones. Channel 1 being the left microphone as I'm facing the piano, and channel 2 being the right microphone as I'm facing the piano. So they're both set to approximately the same volume. And then out from the interface into the computer with a simple USB cable right into Reaper. So let's take a look at Reaper now. Right now we have a blank project. And in order to see where the microphones are, you need to go to Preferences, which is Control P or Command P. And then the audio system is ASIO. And then the ASIO driver is UMC ASIO driver. So you can actually download that. I'm going to search for that and see if I can find a link and post it below. If it's not there, just write a comment, let me know that it's missing, and I'll see if I can find that for you. And then you've got in 1 and last in 2. So those are in 1 and in 2. And then you've got out 3 and out 4, which goes back to the Behringer UMC 404 so that we can monitor the sound from there. So I've got my my headphones here, and it's just simply a monitor out from the Behringer. So you don't want to get this from your computer because it causes all kinds of problems, not the least of which is you don't really want to monitor the reverb specifically from the system. You want to throw it back to the Behringer, then put reverb on top, and I'm going to show you how to set that up in Reaper. And that's pretty much it in terms of the external setup. Let's take a look at setting up the project in Reaper. So let's just create a new track, or just hit Control T. And then you want to arm that track, and as soon as you arm it, you'll see in, and you choose input stereo because you've got in 1 and in 2. So that's really important. So just click in 1 and in 2. And as I'm talking, you can see that the piano mics are picking up my voice. So now that we know that that's working, you want to record, and this is super important, you want to record that track without any reverb. The reason why that is because in the mix, you can add reverb or add other EQ or any other effects that you want to the piano. In this particular case, because the microphones are doing such a good job, what we're really going to do is just add reverb. We're not going to EQ it or anything. We're going to take the natural sound of the piano. And what we're going to do is we're going to monitor reverb in the outputs 3 and 4. So how do we do that? Let's create a new track. And we're going to call this piano reverb output. And then you want to go down here to the piano. Actually, we should call this first track piano. There. And then go down here to the piano track and click the route button and put new send, and you're going to send it to track 2, which is the piano reverb output. Okay? And then you can control the volume to that track here, but I just keep it there, which is normal for now. All right, now once we have that, then you can see that because it's sending to track 2, both of them now look like they're recording, or both of them look like audio is being put in because you can see the audio levels going up and down as I talk. So next, what you want to do is go down to route on track 2. You want to do add new hardware output to 3 and 4. We're not going to send it to another track. We're just going to send it new hardware output to 3 and 4. And we're going to uncheck master send because we don't want that to go into the main recording. And then we're going to add reverb to that. So let's go FX. And in this particular case, it's a VST Oril River Reverb. We're going to double click on that and then make it completely dry. So up here, we're going to take the piano sound directly out of it and just monitor reverb. The reason why I'm doing that is because even with headphones on, I can get a lot of volume from the piano. So I don't want extra volume in the headphones. I just want to monitor the reverb. And then I'm going to pull those two down a little bit because it's too much reverb from experience. And I'll include the link to that VST as well underneath this video. So now that we've got that going, all we need to do now is record by clicking this button. And as you can see, it just starts to record on the first track, which is piano. So it's going to record it dry. I'm going to throw my headphones on, and then we're going to record something. So I'm going to add a little bit of reverb to that. Even though the track is dry right now, I'm going to add reverb to that recording, and then I'm going to post it as I played it, just like that. So you can actually hear the piano sound, how crisp and clean and clear it is. And I think that's why I'm getting a lot of comments from people about how to record this particular piano in Reaper and how you can essentially record any piano in Reaper. I want to thank you for your time. I hope you enjoyed this video. Any questions or comments that you have about this content or any of the things that I talked about here, please post them below. My name is Paul Tobey. Thanks for your time. Thanks for spending a little time with me. It's Paul Tobey. This is a fairly new YouTube channel, and we'd be really grateful if you could give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. So we'll be adding about 5 videos a week, just like this one. The videos are mainly focused on technical skills development, recording tips, and even professional and business development for musicians like you who want some help from a professional musician like myself. So I've toured 17 different countries, made 8 albums, was signed to a really good label, and made a full-time living as a professional artist. So I know and I'm confident that I can be a great resource for you. Subscribe now, and I'll see you in another video.